Hey guys, welcome again to another episode of Crypto Casual. Let me my themes here. There we go. All right. Yeah, welcome to another episode, guys. Today's topic is telepathy and BTC. What exactly does that mean? We'll get into that a little later. All right. Appreciate you showing up. Appreciate you hanging out with me. Staying casual. For those, it's your first time. Welcome. I appreciate you showing up. Definitely like you wanting to expand your horizons and look at life differently than one dimension, two dimension, three. Now let's go to four, five, six dimensions. In order to do that, we have to look at something bigger than what we know ourselves or what we don't know already. So crypto and the esoteric, we're bringing these two worlds. You can spend a lifetime studying either one, but I've joined them together in a very casual way. And yes, we can go deep into crypto cash, or we can go deep into crypto and Bitcoin. But the technical stuff, there's enough other people teaching that, and there's enough people that individually teach esoteric work or spiritual work. So I've basically combined the two together, and we're going to keep it casual. If you want to see in depth on any of this stuff, that's fine. Leave me a comment down below, and I'll be happy to get back with you, or maybe answer a question or a specific topic you may want to discuss. But for now, we're just keeping crypto and the esoteric and just having a casual, fun time with it, guys. So I'm Chuck, your host, and this is the esoteric. I am your esoteric crypto coach, and this is the ESO crypto community. We're definitely here to share the light about the consciousness of BTC. That it's just not a way to make money, but it's a way to expand your spirituality, a way to expand your emotions, your heart, your thoughts, all that good stuff. And so I give BTC different names all the time, and this is a binary transmittable consciousness. That's what BTC is. We can transmit it back and forth without any intermediaries. During the Reformation was reforming the ions, which meant that you didn't have to go through any church to go directly to God or whatever that is for you. The Reformation made it so it's a direct link. Bitcoin has given us a direct link to this consciousness called finance. And we no longer have to go through the intermediaries. Yeah, we do use the internet, but we can call that the ethers, the digital ethers. Um, just like you have to use your brain to think, right? Your brain's the intermediary between you and your spirit, or your consciousness, whatever you want to call it. But for me, it's binary ones and zero. A binary is transmitter and receiver. And we have to be, in order to receive in our life, we have to be able to transmit what it is we want or choose or command to have in our life. And so while I do that, I'm just here to serve you guys. And for me, it's just teaching others to have a simple and rich life, present the information that can lead you to a very simple life. It's to help you feel better within, to become successfully better for yourself. And we're going to do this through the fundamental financial strategies of understanding finance in a very simple way, but a very freeing way, not the way the powers that be want you to be taught. Powers that be taught that they just want you to work for them, to be good little soldiers, and to trade your biodynamic energy for their debased currency. So they're not willing to give you more currency or equal currency to the amount of biological currency and electricity you're going to be transmitting. So you'll always be at a deficit with them, and it's not an equal, empowering relationship. Their ship runs off a different fuel. Ours is running off of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency and the consciousness of that. So if you're here for the first time, if not, we got a framework that I go by to keep us on point. If not, I'll be going on 2-hour tangents. But so we have of the day, charts of the day, picks of the day, news, definition, esoteric behavioral frameworks to help you understand you and to help you understand and navigate, negotiate these new territories we're learning. And I'll give you an influencer of the day and all that good stuff, guys. But do me a favor right now. I would love it if you would just like that button. I would love if you would subscribe. And I definitely would love it to ring that notification bell, because the algorithms do that. Even just simply saying, hey, Cardano, and ADA, and all these things. The SEO or search engine will optimize that to put you at the top of the list. And again, Personally, I'm not here for you to like or dislike me. I'm here for you to take in some of this information and make a conscious choice if you choose to act on it or don't. The algorithms and the robots like it when you click, and that's what we're doing with the like and subscribe. And I'm not your financial advisor, I'm not your spiritual advisor or anything like that. I am just a guy making videos, sharing what I have learned over the years. The ultimate responsibility for your thoughts, words, actions, and emotions is you. Alright, do your own research, guys. I'm giving you some research. I'm giving you a lot of rabbit holes, but it's going to be up to you to go down those rabbit holes and see what works best for you and your intuitive, esoteric, internal representation of who you are. Right? And I don't invest more than I'm willing to lose. So let's get on with the chart of the day. Right now, I am on, I'm on ADA here, but let me switch over to inverse perpetual, BTC. All right, let's take a look here. All right, this red mark I have up here is the $50,000 mark roughly, and we're fighting to hit that. Every time we hit it, we're getting a resistance and drop back down. So right now we're still fighting for that. We're at about 7,460 at the making of this show, which is today. I'm bringing out 2 videos today because I didn't get time to make it yesterday, so I'll bring out one today, or 2 today. One will be for yesterday and one for today. So if the information may be a little behind, that's fine. And I also had a comment of someone wanting me to explain the candles a little more. I'll try to quickly do that when I'm looking at these charts. I'm on a 4-hour chart. That means that each one of these candles that you see here are 4 hours. They represent 4 hours. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Each one of these are 4 hours. So just 3 of them are 12 hours, right? 4, 8, 12. And on that 4-hour mark, I can see that we're still being supported by this upward trend line. But if I want to see what's happening within that 4 hours, I can drop down to the hour candle. And that hour candle will put me, now each candle represents an hour, not 4 hours. So 1, 2, 3, 4 were one of the candles you saw before, but these 4 represent 4 hours, but now each candle is 1 hour. So in each candle we can see that we're going up right now. And we'll see where we are in the 4 hours. Green candles will normally start from the bottom and go upward, and red candles will go from the top and go down. And red ones on this indicator will let you know that the price is going down. Greens let you know the price is going up. There are different types of candles and reading the wicks, these little things that stick up on top, we call them wicks. And they can give us a measured mood for certain things, but there's all sorts of different candles that people have different, there's Japanese ones, German ones. People interpret them different, but for me, I just keep the simple ones on here that represent different times, so I can change this to a day. And on the daily candle, I can see here, it gives me a bigger trend, so we're still in this big upward channel. We're going up and up and up. Within this upper channel, I can see that we're in a sideways move right now on a daily. So and each one of these candles are a day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row we've been in the same channel. So until we break up or break down, we're still in the same pattern overall. So hopefully that, and let me put it on the weekly so you can definitely see out from the bigger picture. So if you want to see this, these are weak candles now. Not weekend and soft, but weak as and weekend. And as you can see, we're in this upward trend that I just showed you on the daily. But on the weekly, right now each one of these are a week. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row we've gone up, and the red candle right now we're still down a little bit. But you can see I have a trend line set here going down and one here. And we're about breaking out of that right now, which means we can see some volatile movement within the next, and this is a week, so within a week we can probably see a lot of action happening. But if I were to extend this line, it is a descending triangle. So right now we're at about the 70%. So this can break out. It's pushing on this resistant line here, or this is support that's supporting these, and this is resistance because we got to bust through this resistance. And once we break out, our goal is to get to over the high, which is about 65,000. So the point of showing you all this is to help you understand the charting so you can make better decisions. Because if I see a certain pattern, that pattern may say, hey, more likely we're about to go down or we're about to go up. If we don't break out of this channel over the weekly, we can start hitting down weekly and then actually go down to about 28,000. Let me see. Yeah, about $28,000 if we break down. But we're in a bull market, so right now I think we'll be breaking up and breaking the all-time highs. Hopefully that helped you guys. But for right now, we're on a sideways pattern, so not much action happening. We did break 50,000, but we're back down below that. So this big red line I'm keeping a close eye on. We did go above it, but then we broke right back down. Right now, I'm still bullish. Nothing's giving me an indicator that it will say otherwise. So right now, we're in this big channel. But we are, in one essence, in a wedge. Let me draw this up for you so you can see. So right now, I can go from here. I can draw a line from here. For a reason, it's not letting me draw. There we go. So here, so we have an ascending channel on the 4-hour, or an ascending flag, or triangle. We're ascending, but yet we're flattened out right now. We had a touch here, touch there. So we'll see if this goes all the way back up. And if we get rejected, then we'll go back down to around 48, or yeah, about 48 again. So right now we're in the channel here, but we have multiple channels. So I look at all these things to see if I want. Right now we have room to go, so I'm still longing that I think this price will go up to about 50,000. I mean, even as high as 51, so I can take a measured move. Take this is how you calculate this. I take that distance between here, and then I measure it. I put it where I think it'll break out, and then that price right there is at 55,500 roughly. So we can go as high as 55,000. And if I draw this line that we had on the daily, that brings us right about a confluence with this measured move. So we'll see if we get close to that or not, but right now that's where we're at. So hopefully that helped you out. Patterns, I just went over a few patterns with you. And my pick of the day, let's see, my pick of the day is going to be Paxo. Paxo Gold. Just like some dollars are pegged, stable coins are pegged to the dollar. And whenever the dollar goes, it's pegged to the dollar all the time. Tether, Gemini, USD, any of these are all pegged to the dollar. Well, Paxo is pegged to gold. And there are actually about 40 different sites that they have their crypto pegged to gold, and that's actually it's been audited where you can go in there and see that yes, there is actually that much gold, and that's what's backed. And so Paxo is like a stable coin, but it's backed by gold. So if gold goes up to 1900 here, then Paxo will be 1900 per coin. So you can buy the coins themselves, which is sort of owning gold in a indirect way. But if you want the direct gold, you can go to the Paxo site, and so you can come in here and hit buy now. So you can buy Paxo here, and you can see that they're pretty transparent on everything. You can turn your Paxo into gold instantly. It's held at different locations. They have a good comparison chart here with other the COMEX and other things. There's no fees to Paxo to change it. And all these companies here, Brinks, right, which stores it, all these different ones are associated with it, which is a good sign that it's a positive system. So for me, I like Paxo. I own some Paxo. So take a look at that, guys. See what you think about it. And for those who want to be both in gold and crypto, here's a chance for you to be in both. Like I said, anytime you can change your Paxo into physical gold on the site and then have it delivered to your house or stored in a vault pretty quickly, pretty instantly. So good? All right, let's get on with it. News and definition of the day. Let me get into the news. So to stay with the theme of gold and whatnot, because we have people in different camps, we either have Bitcoin Maximus or gold bugs or whatever. But if they, and a lot of them know to buy both, but some are hesitant to buy crypto, and they just believe in gold. But it's an outdated system. As you can see, I can have access to gold through my Paxos digital. But anyway, a growing list of gold-backed cryptocurrencies, what I referred to earlier. So in 2021, all these companies right here, the following tokens are stated to be 100% backed in physical gold. So you can see all these companies here are backed. Right? And Paxos on the list right there. And the following tokens are only partially backed by gold. So again, you have more companies partially. So they have a bag of assets that back up their crypto. So again, hedge against inflation is what we're all after. So diversification for me is okay to be in gold and silver and Bitcoin and real estate, all that fun stuff. Cool. If you have any questions or comments about any of this stuff, guys, don't hesitate to ask. I'll be more than happy to get back with you. I'm not on Telegram or any of that, so I am, but I'm not doing it through that way right now because I'm just setting stuff up. But if you want to, leave me a comment, and I can leave you a comment back. And yeah, we'll go from there. Let's get on with our esoteric thought of the day. So when we talked about telepathy of Bitcoin, and so basically telepathy is having an energy that it takes a path from one entity to another entity, person to person, however you want. So Bitcoin for me is a peer-to-peer, person-to-person telepath. So I can tell my crypto to go on this path, right? And yes, it is just like telepathy, psychic talent or ability, or however you want to say that, because I can intuit. And again, for me, intuition is just intuit ions. And so I can tap into the frequencies of ions and the patterns of ions and then see what crypto is going to be, I think, good or go up in value or not go up in value. And so when I can feel and sync my way through Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, that landscape which is so big now and growing exponentially every day, there's only so much brain power that our mind can, read coins or read projects and get involved in this and own all these different alternate coins and be in the DeFi space and farming. That's a lot of stuff for our little brain. So intuitively, if one comes up across my attention and I just feel something about this coin that says, hey, something about this coin is speaking to me, right? At that point, instead of looking through 50 million coins and reading each project, I'm going to go into that one project and then study that one project for a while, deep dive into it, and I'm like, you know what? It's exactly what my intuition was saying. So for me, this is the landscape, right? That's my telepathy with cryptocurrency. And now that I'm out of the enslaved system, I can think for myself. And I believe it's in this video, or it may be in the video tomorrow, or it was before, I can't remember. Anywho, from Steiner, he's an esotericist, and he had a great quote. I think it's in this video, but we'll get into it. So yeah, Rudolph Steiner. Yeah, my brain's fried today. So, but we'll keep going, guys. Rudolph Steiner was an esotericist, a brilliant editor, brilliant writer. He has tons of books, and I'll show you some of those here later. But he had a quote: "A soul that learns feelings, devotion, and reverence changes its aura." So the aura we're talking about is Binance 2.0, or bringing a Homo Luminous, our energy to a higher 220 voltage energy, if you will, to use that analogy. We're going from 110 to 220. And so by clearing ourselves, by coming into this free peer-to-peer system, we're out of the enslaved system, financially speaking. Mentally, we got to do our work, and that's why we have this framework to help us get it out of that indoctrination that our institutions put us through. And that's fine. We have a choice to break out of them if we want or stay into them. I'm not here to take anyone out of it. But if you want out of it, here's some direction, directing those ions in a different path. And here, the telepath. So I'm going to tell the path of my thoughts, my ions, my energies, what direction to go. And so by reverencing change in our soul, meaning to a higher frequency, opening up to freeing ourselves and taking that path to higher thought, it opens us up to knowledge not previously known. I.e., did you know about Bitcoin? But somehow your knowledge, your yearning to get out of the enslaved, traded energy of your own power for a debased dollar system. Something led you to Bitcoin. You heard about it, however you did. Your knowledge, you didn't know about it, but then you did. Now you know it. And what you know from it has educated you in true finance, true freedom. Right? So we definitely want to stay in meditation of reverence. Right? Stay in touch with your soul. Come up with stuff that frees you. So again, reverence yourself, guys. Right? If you can't reverence yourself, you can't reverence Bitcoin. I'm not saying worship, but I'm saying reverence. Have a honor and awe for it. And then make the choice and set aside time to be still. This is the next step. So if you're choosing to open up to the intuitive side, because we need to use both right and left brain. And yes, cryptocurrency is ones and zeros in its essence, in its core. But really, 1 and 0 is a representation itself. So it's just energy. Make sense? All alphabet are just scribbly lines of energy representing code. And all that represents electricity from the universe. So make the choice to set aside time to be still. And if you set time to be still, I'm not saying eliminate thought, but just be still. Don't be in a rat race. Don't be running around, staying busy, looking busy, trying to impress others. Sit still, walk in nature, whatever that is for you. And in those still moments, be in awe of your existence. Like what you like about yourself. Dive deep into what it is you don't like about yourself, because the best way you're going to find out what you don't like in yourself, it will be reflected and transferred onto other people. And when you think that person is angry or depressed, you're only saying that about yourself, because who are we to judge someone else's life? I've never lived their life. So for me, in those still moments, I'm just in awe of my own existence. That's not egotism. That is taking time and knowing yourself, honoring yourself, loving yourself, guys. And this opens up and raises your frequency of your being and thoughts to human 2.0 or Bitcoin consciousness, as we're calling it, guys. And with that, we tap into a whole new atmosphere of information that we couldn't tap into. The ancient and the esoteric teachings teach you that there are cosmic libraries, but if your energy is not strong enough to reach that, if your amplitude is not strong enough to reach that because you're tired, because you're trading your power for money, that's debasing, you can't access the higher frequencies. Just like you can't take a private jet if you don't have the money. Make sense? So by doing your still work, by sitting there and contemplating, looking at yourself, evaluating yourself, taking inventory, right, unfolding the moments, that type of stuff, you create a pathway, a telepathic pathway between you and the higher frequencies. And in those higher frequencies is what you don't know. But when you tap into and give yourself that opportunity, a port for unity, you're going to download information that you didn't know before. Without reading a book or anything, you will know that information. And that new information is what's going to give you the intuitive hits for the cryptos that just spring out at you. That pretty exciting? That pretty cool, guys? So, Rudolph Steiner, there's our guy, right? He was born, I think his first book was published in I want to say 96, somewhere around there. Look him up on YouTube, look him up on our histories about him, Wikipedia, whatever you have to do. But these are all the books that's written about him and of him. He was such a brilliant, everything that we know within sort of the thought realms, from neuro-linguistic programming, from spiritualism, through religions. This man was probably somewhere in between that, given new information. So definitely anything by this guy, definitely study, definitely read. And I was trying to think, did we have the book of the day? No. The book of the day is just would be the internet researching or buying a book by Stone and reading that book. That's the book of the day. And he has so many, so I didn't want to just say one. But he has things like higher paths to consciousness. So there's your higher, your path, your telepath, and consciousness. This is Bitcoin, one form of manifested higher consciousness is finance. Now there's still wealth, and there's still health and love to come in the higher frequencies, and we can tap into that as well. So hopefully this has helped you out some, guys. If you like it, definitely comment, subscribe. We need those subscriptions to get up on the rankings, so we can definitely don't want to do that. I had this hidden before. There we go. We got more pictures. I don't even bugging me. So if any of this was helpful to you, comment. Tell me you like it. Tell me you'd like to hear something else. Tell me you'd like more information about charting. Let me know what you want, because I can sit here and talk esoteric and crypto for literally months and months and months, years and years and years, decades and decades. So to hone it down, I want to know what you want to know, and about what you don't know. Tap into it. Yeah, enough said, guys. I appreciate you hanging in there. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. And of course, stay casual, guys. Stay casual. See ya.